Okay, so this is Sheriff of Nottingham. It's a family-style bluffing game where you're trying to smuggle goods past the good sheriff, the honorable Sheriff of Nottingham. Okay, so you take on the role of different merchants in Nottingham, like the silk merchant or the ranger or the butcher or baker. Okay, and you get a hand of 5 cards, and with those 5 cards, you're going to help me out here. If I actually handed 5 to you. Okay, and these would be your hands, secret to everybody else, so just hold them up to keep them to yourself. And now the first stage of the game is the market phase. So in the market phase, you're going to go to the market here, and you're going to decide, do you want to keep this hand of cards, or do you want to exchange for something else? Because when you declare to the sheriff what you're bringing into Nottingham, you can only declare one good, and it has to be a legal good. Either has to be cheese or apples or chickens or bread. Okay, so you can only declare legal goods to the sheriff. Now, you can also try and bring in contraband that's worth a lot more money, like pepper or mead or crossbows or silk. So you're only going to get to declare one legal type of good, but you might also be smuggling some contraband in as well. Okay, so once you've decided kind of what your strategy is, you can go to the market and you can discard up to 5 cards, and then you're going to draw up to that many. So take the cards that you want to discard, like you might want to tell the sheriff, you know what, sheriff, I'm an honest merchant. I'm going to discard this contraband so I can pick up a cheese that I'm going to take to the market. And then you replace, and wherever you want to put it in either discard pile, you place your discard. Okay? You can also draw from the middle stack as well. Correct. So you draw 1. Okay. Would you like to discard any? Or are you good? Good. And how about you? And you have to show everyone what you're discarding so everybody knows. Discarding an apple, okay. Okay, now we go to the load merchant bag. So you're going to take your merchant bag and you're going to put in up to 5 cards in there. When you tell me how many cards, you cannot lie about how many are in there. You have to tell me how many cards are in there, and you have to declare, in a minute, we're going to declare what type of goods. And remember, you can only declare legal goods, and you can only declare one type of good to me as the sheriff. Okay, and once the bags are closed with their snap, you hand them to the sheriff. And we go to our declaration. What did you have? How many? 3 apples? And you had? 2 chickens? 1 item. 2 cheeses. There's 2 cheeses. Okay, now the wheeling and dealing occurs. So you can try and bribe the sheriff, say, hey, sheriff, here's a gold. Please do not check my bag. Or you can say, you know, sheriff, she looks a little shady. I'm going to give you $5 to check her sack. Any deals that you make during the round are binding, and you have to abide by them. But if you promise something in a future round, you don't have to hold to it. Okay, once all the deals have been made, then the sheriff's going to go around and check people's bags. And we generally limit the time limit to about 1 minute per number of players. So in this case, it would be for the players that are bidding or going to the market, it would be 3 minutes. So I'm going to check your sack because I don't think you're telling the truth. Do you want me to check it, or do you want to offer me some money not to check it? I can check it. So once the snap opens, once you hear that, it's done. There's no going back. And you had said you had how many? 3 apples? She has 3 apples, so she is correct. She told the truth. So the sheriff has to pay a penalty of 2 coins for every card, for every apple that she made through. And then she would take these and put these face up so we know that she has 3 apples there. And then I would have to pay you $6 so you made out on the deal. Okay? And then we go here and you had 4 cheese? 2 chickens? And it is 2 chickens? I think you're telling the truth. You have an honest face. So I'm going to let you go. Now I know I'm going to check. Oh,
Obviously, maybe you want to look the other way.
I think I'm going to check it out. So and you said what?
2 cheeses.
2 cheeses. But you have 3 cards in there. Let's pretend this one wasn't in there. So we have a cheese and a contraband. You get to keep the cheese because you told the truth about that, but then you would have to pay a penalty of 4 to me for lying about the contraband. And then the sheriff would get to pick what discard pile it would go into. Okay? If you had been successful and I handed back your sack, you just put it face down in front of you. So you may open your sack and show your goods. You do not have to show any contraband. You can just put them face down in front of you, and any legal goods you put in the different categories. So they're both chickens. So play continues. Every person gets to be the sheriff twice during the game. When everybody's been the sheriff twice, it ends the game, and then you count up what are the number of points you have for the legal goods, add up the number of coins you've collected, and then whatever point values you have for your contraband. And then lastly, there's a bonus for the legal goods, a king's bonus and a queen's bonus. For apples, the person with the most apples gets an extra 20 gold. And then the queen's bonus, the person with the second most apples gets 10, and so on for each of the legal goods. Whoever has the most gold at the end of the game wins. And so that is a round of Sheriff of Nottingham. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.